Hello, welcome back to Farming Simulator 15 with me, CosmicNite. Okay, stood in the beautiful Coldborough Park Farm and just cultivating this field. It looks a bit of a mess because I accidentally set it off on the nearest waypoint instead of the first waypoint, so it happens to start on the headland, but that should tidy it up in a minute. Cracking on, we've got that field over there, it's got oilseed rape in it. This one we're doing the same. Probably only going to do 2 fields of oilseed rape. Going to do probably 2 or 3 wheat and whatever's left in barley. But what I want to do now, I just want to have a little experiment with soil mod, because I haven't really done too much with that. So I thought I'd bring the old New Holland up, just so we can actually, let's just drop this front weight down by the workshop so we can give it a blast off with the old pressure washer. There we go. Get the sprayer. I just want to put the sprayer on the Meadow field 22, just to see how we get on with that. I haven't actually got my steering wheel set up at the moment. I've been a bit busy at work. I had a decent amount of videos saved up, but now I've run out, so I've just got in from work and thought, well, I better just sit down while the other half's not here and record something. So I think if we will fill this up, hopefully this is going to do both. Because last time I tried this spray, actually the front wasn't working, so I'm hoping that this is fixed now in the latest patch. Oh, do you need to select it first? There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to get some NPK. Spray that on the field. It's a little bit low on moisture, so I thought, well, it'd be a good excuse to have a little play anyway. So if we set up the old transfer, Coldborough Chantry. Oh, nearest waypoint. There we go. Let's sort that out. Yeah, so actually he's almost done, just needs to do the headland. Really pleased with this. It's pulling this cultivator really nicely. It's nice and dirty now. But I'm actually, let me go over here. I'm going to, one thing that annoys me with cosplay, it doesn't really annoy me, it's not really anyone's fault, it's just the limitations within the game and the mod, is that on corners, if I can jump over this hedge, it always misses a bit. We all know this. When you go around a right hand corner, left hands aren't too bad because, well, you're turning into the field. But if we go down here, it always misses a bit, especially if you've got sharp corners. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the seeder and I'm going to just grass it. Grass this turn and all the other turns, just to make it part of the the verge. And I think that was just helps satisfy my OCD. It's like this bit up here. It always annoys me that it doesn't quite get it to the corner. So I'm just going to grass it, and that'll rectify that. I know you get little bits and pieces here, but to be fair, that happens in real life. Apart from, well, less these days because most tractors now have GPS. But back in the day, that you'd always get a little tiny bit that didn't quite get, or you accidentally turned one of your seeding rows off, or the sprayer or something. You know, it happens. We're all human. I mean, nowadays it's mostly computer anyway. Okay. So we want this on fertilize and seeding. Just delete that one. Meadow 22, 24 meter. Already pre-set up. So I hope I've done it right anyway. I think I've done it for what I needed it to. Fingers crossed. Well, that doesn't look right, does it? Let me turn this on. Right, okay, so that's showing up that. So that as she hasn't done my course. Maybe I didn't generate the course. Oh, there we go. That's probably why. Silly me. I'll just get rid of that one. And drop that in there. Just shut this. And that's quite common, actually, getting out of a tractor while it's still going. Actually, believe it or not, I used to know someone that used to get out of the combine, sort of leave it running, just slowly, jump out, check that he's not leaving too much behind, and then carry on. Okay, so just it's on. I could use GPS mod for this, but might as well mess about with this. I'm hoping it's not going to get tangled up in the hedgerows. Again, that's another common thing when you're spraying, because obviously you can't see where you've been, so I think I might need to do twice around the headland. We can rectify that. So I do it so you guys can learn, so twice round. Generate course, here we go. That should give us plenty of room. So I might actually have to redo all the others. Right, so I'll just let that mess about for a minute. Keep an eye on this. Must be nearly done. Yeah, again, so this corner here, I'm just going to grass it. I think that'd be okay. I'll just satisfy my OCD then. I haven't really got too much for this tractor to do at the moment. I'm just letting it tick over. The cows are okay. Actually, one thing I could do. Let me send this down to Chantry Farm. There we go. Yeah, that seems to be better. Plenty of room. So the reason I'm putting spray fertilizer, liquid fertilizer down, is because the soil moisture is getting a bit low, and obviously it needs nutrients and PK, which I suppose potassium and something. No weed infestation, so I imagine grass doesn't have a weed problem, but this should help with water and just help this grow a little bit. I mean, eventually I will just put slurry down basically, and that'll fix everything, and it'll be free. But just for now, just so we can actually see some stats moving. And if you notice the actual pH, it's just starting to drop a little bit. I think we'll be okay for a minute. It doesn't really seem quick enough. Let me, well, it must be. Just set up. I seem to remember going quicker than that in real life. So what's that mist right over there? So I'm being a real manager at the moment. I'm kind of like, what are you doing? Are you doing it right? I think it's just because it hasn't gone over there yet. Because the way I play this game is kind of how Dad used to run his farm. Very rarely did he really get to drive a tractor, to be honest. It was all... He had his 3 main workmen, harvest time, one would be driving the combine. Normally one of us would be on corn cart in the summer holidays. One of the others would be start ground cultivation, and then the older boy, he would be on the hedge cutting, verge trimming, doing all the hedges around the fields, because the only time you can get to them is between harvest and before the field's cultivated, because once you've run the plough over, you obviously don't want to start running the tractor around the edge to cut the hedge. Right. I don't want that. Where's the bucket? I think the bucket's at Yatton Ridge, isn't it? So we just set that to try and find the bucket. I'm sure it's down at Yatton Ridge Farm. No. Just trying to get. There we go. This little bit of the field. Let's back this up. Yeah. So sorry, I was sidetracked. So the main workers would be out in the tractors doing the long days. So what Dad would be doing would be driving around in his truck, basically something like this. He had a Daihatsu 4-track to start with, and then an Isuzu Trooper later on. Making sure everything's fixed and working, and you know, if the men on the farm need anything, he'd bring it to them. Always down the local agricultural supplier, buying bits and pieces. And that's kind of how I play this, really, which is just starting about making sure everything's working and just putting things right. You know, so that's basically a farm manager's job. I mean, the only time he really used to drive the combine was to give the main driver a lunch break for an hour, just so they could get out, stretch their legs. You know, anything like that. But I mean, back in the day, you know, there was no such things as mobile phones. Everything was CB. Everything, you know, had CB radios in the tractors and his truck. But later on, obviously, mobile phones become a lot more common and cheaper to have, and it made it a lot easier. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a nuisance. There we go. Oh, let's not. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally. I don't know what happened, but Fraps crashed anyway. It hasn't done that for ages. So that's nearly done. Right, you're here. That's there, and we'll move that to a field shortly. I'm sure the bucket is here somewhere. Yep, there it is. That's just what I want. So I'm just going to go and get some sugar beet, just to fill up the root crops. And I'd imagine this bucket will probably be enough for what we want. So I might actually sell this tractor. No, not this tractor, sorry, the New Holland. No, I like this tractor, this is really handy. But I might sell the New Holland and get a mod tractor. I think he may be Massey Ferguson or John Deere, something like that. I'd quite like a cat or in Europe than a Class Challenger. But I haven't seen a decent mod of that yet. That'd be interesting. I'm actually surprised. I mean, this has been out a fair while now. I thought there would be more mods than there is. Maybe people are just still playing it and don't feel the need to convert ones over from 2013 to 15. Did that just hit the ground? That would have done, surely. Yeah, I see the old blooming weeds growing. Look, it doesn't take long, does it? Soon get hold in these fields. So the good thing about this map and the layout, you can just go and get a scoop of something. You don't need a trailer. Right, so the T6, so that is the sprayer. So it'd be interesting to see how that increases the grass growth. I don't really know if it affects yield or the density, or if it's just the speed that it regrows. So let's get some sugar beet, shall we? There you go. Right, well, I'm not going to drive back. Well, I am, but I'm not going to do it on camera. So I'm just going to pause the video, and we're back once we get back to the farm. See you in a minute. Okay, here we go. So I've got no idea if this is even going to make a dent. But I thought, well, at least it would give them a little bit of something. At least if I try and get half a bucket in each. Oh, well, that's soon filling up. Alright, well, that's half in there, and that looks like that's nearly full. Let's just have a quick look. Right, yeah, that's 1,000 litres. That can't be 1,000 litres. I don't even know what that would equate to. That wouldn't be a ton. There we go. At least they got a little bit of something. Oh, looks like the this needs refilling, so we'll just do that quickly. I don't really want to drive. I'll go across there if I can help it. Just drive on the verge. So I hope you're all enjoying the Let's Play so far. Really only just on the second day of the game, so got lots more to do. Lots more to do. Like I say, work's starting to be a little bit of a pain at the moment, but I am going to try and keep cracking on recording them as best I can. Okay, let's just refill that. Right, well I think I'm going to end the video here. I think it'd be a good time. Everything's kind of in situ at the moment. I'll move that to a new field. Carry on, finish seeding field 9. This one's finished. I can't see any. What's not driving? Not sure what happened there. Yeah, I think it takes a day for the spraying that to kick in. You can actually see the blue specks there of the fertiliser. So I think at midnight tonight that'll get soaked into the ground, and we should see the fruits of our labour. Make this grass grow a little bit. Might have to get some lime up here in a couple of days, I think. But yeah, until then, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.